hands. Oh, who's your good boy? Oh my goodness, who's a sucky? Did you really just come closer so you could lay down and get attention from Daddy? Gets up, walks 2 steps, lays down, says he wants attention. Who's my sucky boy, huh? Alright. Yeah, we'll load up Nubica. By the way, just so you know, I took the very first starting build when I started up Elden Ring. When I started this new profile with Nubica, I took the very first available build that the game gives you. So this is my backstab tutorial for Elden Ring, so that you can see roughly what it's like to backstab people. For my friend that I'm playing video games with, and anyone else that might check out this video on YouTube when I upload it. Remember to be wholesome and not toxic when you play Elden Ring. Remember, Shiny Rayquaza says remember your manners. Okay, this is not where I wanted to be. I'm a little north of where I meant to be. I meant to go to the first step. Oh yeah, I didn't bother to kill Tree Sentinel. I figured it wouldn't be apropos for Nubica to be too overpowered from the start. Tree Sentinel gives you a really solid shield. Then again, it is a pretty heavy shield, so, like... Okay, by the way, before I forget, while Bloodborne doesn't have an equipment weight capacity system, Elden Ring does. Just so you know. Yes, 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 I've done all these tutorials. Maybe I should turn that off. Blah, blah, blah. Show tutorials off. There we go. I know this game inside and out, so I don't really need them. Alright, so this is the first enemy, and you can crouch with clicking right stick, walk up behind him, boom, easy backstab. I do not have the starting sword. I went and got the Lord Sworn's the Lord Sworn's Greatsword or something like that. It's hits a fair bit heavier than your starting sword. Those two enemies, well, they're a bit hard. Actually, maybe I should demonstrate how to backstab a moving enemy that knows where you are. Not all enemies are going to be easy to backstab, quote-unquote. So, just so everyone can see, this is my current equipment loadout. I don't have my helmet on because I want to be able to see my character's hair. I have the basic heater shield that you start with. I was right, I do have the Lord Sworn's Greatsword. You get it in a encampment. It's hidden in a big old cart or whatever. You can kill the knight that's guarding it. Big old cart. You can kill the knight that's guarding it, and then you jump onto the platform that the chest is sitting on. You open the chest and you get the sword. I can show you where it is later if people want to see. I have a torch, which is good for lighting up dark areas. I've got starting vagabond armor, and I've got a flame drake talisman from a small cave dungeon that I did. Relatively. Technically, not really. As you play through the game, you get more talisman slots. Not all enemies will turn as fast as you can walk around them, so like I just did now, you can circle around an enemy. It's called strafing, and you can get your backstab. If you're good with your timing, you can parry enemies' attacks. Hang on, I'll try and showcase it here. I am clearly not very good with my timing. Yup. As I just showed, you can usually strafe around an enemy's crossbow and arrow bolts if you have the right timing on it. Come on, Mason, get it together. There we go. That's a parry. It does take some pretty specific timing. It's not as generous as Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 3 or even Bloodborne is, but it is entirely possible if you know what you're doing. This enemy is supposed to be your backstab tutorial right here. He is sitting there busy rummaging around for I don't know what. You just walk up behind him, backstab. Easy. The next enemy is to be shown that you can sneak through bushes. An enemy's line of sight is interrupted if you're crouching inside of a bush or behind a wall. And another easy backstab. Some enemies are able to hear you when you're walking around, and that's a little bit scary. So if you're walking upright, enemies will usually hear you. Yeah, no problem, dude. Take care of it. Now this is where the tutorial boss would be, but I had already killed him. That statue there is a Stake of America. When you die against a boss or whatever enemy is near it, you will have the option to either resurrect at the bonfire or at the Stake of America. This is a bunch of messages, probably just making jokes about, oh, be careful of this incredibly strong enemy. He's not all that strong. Even with the basic starting sword, he's an absolute cakewalk. And then you come out here, and you get a little gesture, which is strength. Yeah, I'm a tough guy. Or in Nubika's case, tough girl. And then you roll back down, and that's it.